Back in August, a couple of friends and I went on a sailing cruise in Croatia. It was a welcome distraction from all the craziness that happened this year. To document the trip, I brought along some film cameras and, of course, a bunch of film. Developing and scanning was kindly provided by Carmencitalab Film Lab. If you want to check them out, the link will be in the video description. After many hours of driving through Germany, we've reached Austria. It was a very long drive, but the scenery was absolutely stunning. Even though the views were very lovely, the traffic got worse and we ended up in a traffic jam before entering Slovenia. Finally, we arrived in Croatia, where we had planned a stopover to spend the night. Hello guys, welcome to sunny and beautiful Croatia. Yesterday we drove around 13 hours here to Rijeka, hopefully it's pronounced correctly, and that was a hell of a ride, but I mean, look at that, it looks really beautiful here. However, we have to drive a couple hours more to get to our final destination, which is near Split, where we will enter our sailing boat. And yeah, I want to take you along, and today to document the trip, I'm going to use this Context T2 here, which was borrowed to me by a friend, so it's not mine. He borrowed this to me for a couple of weeks so I can use it, and in here is some AGFA Vista 400. The thing is, my plan was to shoot Kodak Gold 200, but I could not get it. It was sold out everywhere, so I'm using whatever I have right now, but there's a drugstore around here and I will go there and see if maybe they have some gold 200 left, so I will go there, and if they do, I will pick it up. So I would say, without further ado, let's go to the drugstore and check it out if they have gold 200. So unfortunately they only have AGFA black and white. That's the only film stock they have. That was very disappointing, but luckily I had plenty of film with me. Driving in Croatia was actually really nice. The roads were empty and the views weren't too shabby, I would say. We finally arrived in Trogir, where we entered the sailing boat. Good morning guys, here from Trogir in Croatia. Yesterday it's day 2 of our adventure, but yesterday we did not manage to get out of the marina, but hopefully today we will. And today the plan is to shoot this guy here, the Hasselblad X-Pan with the 45mm lens. And the film that is already loaded into the camera is some Vision 3 500T. It's a tungsten based film. And I'm not going to use a filter, and I'm going to rate the film at 200, so should be alright. Let's see how this will look. I guess it will look really good. So Alright guys, without further ado, talk to you later.
The 500T was developed and scanned by Silbersalz, and it turned out great. I was hoping to sneak in a little bit of street photography, but it was too early in the morning and there weren't enough people around. If you want to check out some street photography taken with the X-Pen, then I'll put a link to my X-Pen zine in the video description.
Alright guys, what a beautiful morning here in Trogir. I'm now heading back to the boat and I will find out if my crew has woken up already. So we are ready to leave soon, hopefully, and can't wait to start sailing today and explore beautiful Croatia from the sailing boat.
Alright guys, that's it for part 1 of the sailing adventure, even though it was rather the road trip to the sailing adventure, but still it was good fun. Hope you liked it as well. And even though it is not street photography, I have some prints here that I want to show you, and I want to show you what I like, maybe what I don't like, what can be improved, and also you can win these prints, but more on that at the end of the video. Alright, so here's print number 1, and that is this one here. And what I like about this photo is first of all, the leading lines into the photo here, and also the scale. I mean, you can see the car here and you can see the mountain behind it, and it's huge. So I really like this. The landscape looks really nice, and yeah. So this was shot through a window, through the windscreen, so it's not ideal, but I mean, it turned out pretty good. And I have to say, the film in this case, I think that was the Vista 400. It looks pretty good, I have to say. Alright, next one. And that is this one here, taken in Trogir, and this it's 500T shot on the X-Pen, and it's a scan directly from the lab, from Silbersalz. And what I like here, and you can see here how the 500T works, because everything in the shade is pretty bluish, and you can see the early sun at the sunlight on here on the house looks pretty cool, and it's really rather warm. So overall, I like the scene. I like the combination of the blue shades, and the warm light hitting the building here. So overall, I think this works pretty well. And even though I did not use a filter to compensate the tungsten film, it looks pretty nice. All right, the next frame is this one. This kind of street photography. Not really. I think here what could be improved is the horizon is a little bit. I think it's not perfectly straight. It's not a big deal, but here the X-Pen format works pretty well. And what I really like is this kind of fade, how the highlights turn to really, like in here in the middle of the sun, it's pretty much only white, and it looks pretty good. So the gradient is really nice, and this shows the quality of film. So that works really well. And still the shadows, there's a decent amount of information in here. So the 500T, like the latitude, it's pretty great. I mean, this is pretty much proof for it, I would say. All right, the next one. And this here is by far my favorite shot from this episode. This trash can here, the frog with like all the trash sticking out, and the banana, and this beautiful landscape here in the background. This looks pretty awesome. So this is by far, I would say, my personal favorite from this episode. Here I used a flash. I mean, I guess it's not that easy to spot, but I used a flash here. So I think the camera was set to -2 just to darken up the available light in here. And so the subject in front was lit mainly by the flash. So yeah, I think this works pretty well, and this is, like I said, my favorite one. Alright, so if you want to win these prints, it's pretty easy. Just leave a comment below this video, and within the first 24 hours this video is live, I will pick a winner and I will ship the prints to you for free worldwide. So in the next video, the sailing adventure will finally begin. And in the meantime, don't forget to pick up one of my zines, for instance, my X-Pen zine with shots taken with a Hasselblad X-Pen, or my zine 28 with photos taken in Egypt, in Cairo last year. So if you want to support the channel, pick up one of those zines, and hopefully we will see each other very soon in the next one. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.